Hi, everyone. This is Jackie Cooper with J. Cooper Travels Talk Show. And today we're going to be talking about a really exploding industry and a company and a product line that actually has a lot of great recognition. And as we go through the website, you'll see it has a lot of credibility in terms of both the creation as well as the founder. For those that might not know about J. Cooper Travels, I'll just give you a little bit of background before I have our guest introduce himself today. I started J. Cooper Travels because I love to travel, and I also knew that I was meeting a lot of people on LinkedIn and other social media platforms, and their stories were really special, and I wanted to connect them with others. So J. Cooper Travels deals with not just where we go, but how we travel in our own life. And one of the reasons why I was interested in the topic of today is because I have a Wellness Wednesday series that I do with a number of professionals in this field. And wellness can happen in a variety of ways. It can happen with stress reduction. It can happen through meditation. It can happen through, eating properly, exercise, and maybe using even the right type of pharmaceuticals, depending upon what you need. But again, today's topic kind of covers a little bit of everything. And what we're going to be talking about today, I'm going to let Guy introduce it. And I'm going to bounce it over to Guy so he can introduce himself and share more about his background. I met him through LinkedIn and a variety of other portals. And this is one of many episodes that you should listen to. We've done another episode that was about a book that he wrote. And the book also, can help you with your mental health, your mindset, positive mindset, a host of things. But go back and take a listen at that episode because it really is really very special. So, Guy, welcome back. And how are you doing today?
Thank you, Jackie. Doing absolutely wonderful. We finally broke into the 70s here in Colorado.
That's right. You're at the foothills of a ski resort. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, we're up in the Rockies. We're actually at Keystone Ski Resort, which is not too far from Breckenridge. Same area. Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about something kind of special. And how did you get into it, and what is the company's name?
Well, actually, the company name is Cili by Design. That's C-I-L-I, which is a Balinese word. I've been friends with the owners for many, many years. We've done some other business ventures together. They've been very, very successful. He's actually my primary mentor that I've had. Couples earned over $30 million. They've helped other people earn over $1 million. So I really honor and respect this couple. And their son was suffering. He was born with scoliosis, which is a really bad curvature of the back, and his was severe. And as he started entering his teenage years, it was starting to affect his internal organs. And the surgeons were saying, you're going to have to do the surgery, straighten out the back. The reason why they're trying to postpone the surgery as long as possible, because once they insert those steel rods, it stunts his growth. And they were trying to allow that spine to grow as much as possible. So they eventually have the surgery. First time it left him paralyzed down from the waist down. They went in and did the surgery 2 more times with the same result. On the 4th attempt, they had to leave the very bottom part of the spine slightly curved, and that fixed the problem. But the side effect of it was, or the misfortune of it, he wasn't paralyzed, but he was left in a lot of pain. And then that pain created all kinds of stress on his body. That resulted in rashes all over his body. And the poor kid, I mean, it was from his head down to his toes. And they were trying to stay away from pharmaceuticals. They didn't want to turn them on to opioids and other kinds of narcotics for the pain. This was several years ago when CBD was really starting to make a big run for it, and are starting to break free through into the marketplace, I should say. And they went through 18 different brands, over 60 different CBD products, and nothing was helping them. And they came across these 4 scientists, and collectively, these 4 scientists have 9 PhDs. And so some really, really smart folks. So they got a sample of what they had created. And within 8 days, the rashes were gone and the pain was gone. And this is after, well over a year's worth of trial and error with a whole bunch of other products. So they sat down with the scientists. The scientists had the product. They didn't know how to market it. Brad and Marcia Hager, the owners of the company, were our professional marketers. So they struck a deal, and we have the sole proprietary rights to our knowledge. And I'm pretty sure there's no one else in the entire world that is delivering not just CBD, but nutritionals in the manner that we are. So it's a complete nutritional. That's what it actually looks like. It's a 6-ounce bottle, 36 servings, so just over a month's supply. But what we noticed is that well over 90% of the people that use our product or try our product notice a difference within days, if not a couple of weeks. So it's just extremely powerful how it's all put together, and the delivery system. What we call it aquaceutical nanotechnology. And basically what that means is we are nanosizing the particles of the CBD so small that that's the scientists with their technology insert it inside the water molecule. And that's true for the 90 vitamins, minerals, nootropics, everything else that's in this. And so what happens is you basically put it in your mouth, you swish it, a teaspoon, you swish it around for a minute, you get 99% absorption versus 10% absorption with most CBD oils out there right now. There's no taste, and it goes directly into your bloodstream, so directly to your cells within 5 minutes. To our knowledge, like I said, there's nobody else like doing what we're doing on the planet. It's very unique. Oh, I'm not hearing you.
Sorry about that. I muted
go.
myself. I muted myself because of my dog. I didn't want to have the extra sound. One of the things that we talked about is hemp oil, CBD, and again, explain more about what that is for people who might not understand all the different terminology, because again, many people hear about marijuana, they hear about CBD, they hear about cannabis, but there's they don't know what the difference is. So can you clarify?
Sure. Yeah, yes. And I will tell you, I'm probably like most of your listeners. 2 years ago, before we started this venture, I didn't know anything about CBD either. I was an Air Force fighter pilot for 20 years, and I was a captain with Southwest Airlines for 13 years. And as you mentioned, I also wrote a book. I mean, this just was not, I've always been into health and nutrition. I've marketed other nutritional supplements before, but I just, didn't have a desire or need to know about CBD, and how wrong I was. Because here's the thing about CBD. So we naturally produce cannabinoids already. Every living thing, the animal, human, has CBD receptors within its cells, and has what's called an endocannabinoid system. And what scientists are now discovering is what the anecdotal evidence has proven all along, that the ECS is vital, its health is vital to our overall bodily system. In other words, some scientists are even saying that it's the master regulator of the rest of the body. So if your ECS, your endocannabinoid system, is a little bit out of whack, it's going to show up as a symptom somewhere else on your body. Could be an autoimmune disease, could be diabetes, could be blood sugar issues, could be sleep issues, anxiety issues, just a whole host of things that pop up because the endocannabinoid system itself is out of whack. Well, because it's been banned since 1937 up until recently, now it's legal in all 50 states. We are now afforded that very vital substance to our bodies. And when you start getting into, so what is it? You've got 2 plants in this field. You've got a marijuana plant and you've got a hemp plant. And what we're really more focused on is the hemp plant. The challenge is President Obama, I think it was in 2008, made CBD legal again, but you couldn't grow hemp. So people were getting the CBD from marijuana. The challenge is marijuana also has what's called THC. THC is what you get high. You know, you smoke a joint and you get high from the THC. So there's much higher levels of THC than CBD in a marijuana plant. But that was the only place they could get the CBD in the United States. Now, with the hemp plant, hemp plant growing was legalized at the end of 2018, December of 2018. So now you have these hemp plant farms cropping up all over the place, especially here in Colorado, Kentucky, California. And the difference with the hemp plant is higher levels of CBD, lower levels of THC. So when a company is extracting out the THC to make these CBD tinctures legal to be able to sell, it's got to have 0.3% or less THC in it. It's an expensive process. And what we're doing is we're completely THC free. So there's no THC in our products. In fact, our plants are grown without THC. We also have a good manufacturing practices, current good manufacturing practices compliance stamp. That's an FDA regulated program. So for anyone that's using our product or looking to use our product, what's on our label, our nutrition label, is exactly what's inside the bottle. That's regulated by the FDA. Now, most CBD companies do not volunteer for that program. That program is primarily set up for pharmaceutical companies, but we volunteer for it because we want to make sure that people are getting the highest quality and they know exactly what they're getting every time they get one of our products. So it's that's a huge statement of who we are and what we're bringing to the marketplace.
So the label that you talked about, I know that you have a few different, 3 different private labs that actually are the third-party testers. What are they looking for when they are doing the lab testing?
Well, they're just confirming what the scientists are saying that is in our product. So they're really looking at the CBD, looking at the CBG. They're showing that there's no THC. They're looking for any kind of toxins that you don't want in your product. They're just looking for the purity of the product. And then that's basically what they're doing. So again, it's all part of that process to make sure that we're giving the end consumer exactly what we're saying we're giving them.
So name the different types. I'm looking at the website and it's saying the Sealy Swish, the Boost, the Sleep, the Serenity, the Relief, the Trim. What's it all about? And
Sure.
I know, there's always disclaimers too, but what are they supposed to be doing?
Well, this is the flagship product. So this is like every single morning, you probably have a lot of people that take their vitamin pills or whatever, their shakes or something like that. This replaces all that. My wife and I are saving over $150 a month in supplements because this has everything that the body needs on a daily basis. And so all you do is the very first thing in the morning, you unscrew this black cap, it's the seal, and you fill the black cap up. That is one dose, it's a teaspoon. And as you can see, it's just liquid water. Everything that I mentioned is encapsulated within these water molecules. And then you just put it in your mouth, you swish it around for a full minute. That allows for the 99% absorption and goes through the cell. So that you do that first thing in the morning. I have mine sitting next to my toothbrush. So I do that and then I go on my day. You don't have to worry about it. For most people, that's probably good enough. But then these other products that we do have are sprays, and they're the exact same size as a credit card. They're just a little bit thicker. These also have CBD, CBG, the 90 vitamins, minerals, nootropics, electrolytes in there. And what changes out are the key ingredients, some of the herbs that are in here. And then the name of the spray reflects the type of herbs or the goal of the herbs that are within the spray. So like this one happens to be Serenity, which is for anxiety. My daughter is a high-level nurse. She was able to get off of her anxiety medications. My grandson started these at 6 years old using these 2 products. And that allowed him to be able to get off of all his aggression and anxiety medications. We even have a boy that's started this at 4 years old with autism, and he was able to get off of his autistic medication. That was about 1.5 years ago, and he's still using the products and hasn't gone back onto his medication. So pretty powerful. We have Boost. This is a spray for natural, even fast leveled energy. It's not a jolt or anything like that. It's very fast acting. Within about 10 minutes, most people notice a difference. My wife loves using this for a pre and post workout. I use this a lot out on the ski slopes. I'm a skier, so I use this a lot out on the ski slopes. This is our relief. This is our #1 selling spray. This is for pain relief. Most people turn to CBD for pain relief. And I just did a Facebook Live the other day, yesterday, talking about how 1 in 5 Americans, 20% of Americans suffer with some sort of chronic pain. And what we're finding with our proven results from people using these 2 products, their pain is totally manageable. I think I had mentioned to you, I broke my knee 2.5 months ago skiing towards the end of the ski season. And the surgeon had said, you're going to need some serious pain medication for that break. And so I filled a prescription of oxycodone, but I never used one pill. I was able to manage it with this. And then we have a 4th spray. This is Trim. This is the world's first ever CBD, CBG weight loss spray, and it absolutely works. We had over 70 testers last summer trying it out. Everybody lost weight in the first week. The average weight loss over the first month was 8 pounds. And again, a personal testimony, I don't really have a weight issue, but when you go from burning thousands of calories every single day out there skiing to instantly doing nothing, in my past, I can tell you, the rolls and folds would start showing up on my belly, right? I've had none of that, and it's because I'm convinced it's because of that Trim. And then the last one I'll show you that we have is our sleep. This is my all-time favorite. Over 60% of Americans have some sort of sleep issue. Again, when you combine these 2 products, that sleep issue almost goes away for probably about 99% of the people. This is one product that everybody loves, because even though you might sleep well, like my wife sleeps well, I don't. I'm a very light sleeper. I'm not going to get into my whole story. But one of the things that I really loved about this, especially when I was flying with the airlines, because of all the different time zones, I was getting a deep sleep every single night. So if sleep is an issue for one of your listeners out there, I'm telling you, this stuff is dynamite. And as far as the pricing, as a retail customer, $72.50. I will tell you what, that is way cheaper than a good CBD oil out there. And the difference is, a good CBD oil you're spending $100 for, you're only getting 10% absorption, and it's just CBD. So this, you're getting 99% absorption. And as I mentioned, it's a complete nutritional. And then these sprays are just $25 retail. And if your customer goes on a monthly order of this, the company sends them the spray for free. That's $300 of free product for the customer every year. And we have a lot of customers that stay on this because it actually works.
So what about like the laws across the states? I mean, you can have customers in different states. Do they have to think about anything that, about what's going on in their state, or how does it work?
Sure. Unlike THC, which is, again, THC is what gets you high, and that's what your dispensaries are primarily selling. And I mean, you can get CBD oils there as well, but this is CBD and it's not THC. So CBD is legal in all 50 states. So there's no challenge with that whatsoever. Many of the other countries, it's fully legal. We're ready to, or we're in the process right now of opening up different countries in Europe. We have product on the ground in Brazil, product on the ground in Vietnam, but primarily right now, for most of your listeners, the concern and where you be marketing is right here in the United States.
So I know you have the ability to share your screen and show products, but you've shown a lot of your products. Do you want to show? Do you want to share your screen?
Sure, I would. And I'll just bring this up real quick. This is the website. It's basically CiliGuy.com, CiliGuy.com. And when you go into shop, this is what you're going to see. You can click on all products. An account over here is where you can set up your account. And this is what I was showing you, where you become a VIP customer. You get your bottle of Swish with with the free spray of your choice. So you can see the different sprays on there. Or if you just don't want to spray, you just want to pay the same price, you can get the bottle of Swish as well. And you can buy the sprays individually also. So that's what it looks like. Pretty simple. And then if anybody else, if your listeners had any questions or something like that, they can obviously always reach out to me. My email is guybriando.com, or excuse me, guybriando@gmail.com. So GUYBRILANDO.
So, since many of my listeners, just like you and I, travel, if we were to pack this in our suitcase, is this allowed as carry-on, or do we have to put it underneath? And you being in the air industry would know, but what do they need to know?
That is a great question. This is 6 ounces. So as you know, for carry-on, according to the current rules and regulations right now at TSA, 3 ounces is the max. So this would be too much. What we recommend, what you can do is go to Walgreens, get those little 3-ounce travel bottles, or some drugstore, CVS, and sanitize them. I would boil them. So just to make sure it's clear, because you don't want any kind of contaminant with this. This is all, like I said, it's all very pure. So if you weren't going to check luggage, then you would want to use those 3-ounce travel bottles. That works out well. We also have these samples. These are sample mailers that you can order yourself, and these are daily supplies. So if you're going to go away for a week, just get a couple of these, and they're glass vials, and you can pack that in your luggage without any issue whatsoever. Otherwise, bring this and put it in the checked baggage. Those are your choices. As far as going into other countries with it, we haven't had a single person get stopped by customs with it or anything else like that. And if there were, I would just say, hey, this is my natural medicine or my natural daily supplement that I have to take, or something to that effect. We haven't had any issues with that.
So in this industry, are there different government agencies that are looking at, the nutritional product side of this, or is there, how's that working right now? Because I know the laws have
FDA,
changed.
as far as the FDA goes, they do not get into the nutritional supplement industry at all. They're pretty much hands off. And that's part of the issue with this industry of CBD. And like these CBD oil tinctures, they have a label on there, but there's no regulation behind that label. So you're trusting the manufacturer is giving you what they say they are. Well, what's happened in the past, and you can look at this up on Google, another great place to get some research if you're interested in learning more about CBD is cbd.org. Is that right? Oh my God, I think it's cbd.org. It's something like that.
Well, we'll make sure that it's the link is actually will be in the bottom of the podcast as well as on the YouTube side. So
cbdorganization.com, something like that. Anyhow, you can research. There's a lot of labeling issues going on out there. You don't know exactly what you're getting in. Now, if you go with a name brand, there's a couple name brands out there, you're probably pretty safe. But if you don't, you're getting something locally or something like that, there's no telling what you're getting. So the FDA does not get into the labeling issues or actually regulating what's going on in the CBD industry. That's again why this is so important to know that we've got this FDA regulated program, a part of it, and we have that stamp of approval on ours. So
yeah, no, I was again, I'm still learning about this area, but when I went into the product analysis side of the website, it does talk about the certificate, and that is something that I know through another interview that I had recently. We were talking about that it was important to be, to kind of see that. I do see that on the website. I was looking down that you're based in Nevada as well as London. So this is definitely an international company, because I know you also mentioned, if it wasn't on the broadcast, it was right before, that the company actually gets materials from the EU, and it's organic. And so do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, the source of the CBD is another thing. If somebody's growing hemp out in their backyard, what's the quality of that hemp? Hemp wasn't even allowed to be grown until 2000, basically 2019. So just 2 years ago was it legal here in the United States.
Yeah.
So we searched the world and we found where we're getting, we don't disclose the farm where we're getting our plants from because we don't want other people running there. But I can tell you this, that these plants have been cultivated for over 20 years. They are truly organic, true organic. And also they've been grown with, they've been taught to grow them without the THC. So again, that's why we are THC free, been tested for it. We've had plenty of people do drug testing. I was a pilot taking this with Southwest Airlines. I've had other pilots and flight attendants being randomly pulled for a drug test. So we don't have any of that issues. But the quality of the CBD is also very important. It's just like, you can go get vitamin C, and you can spend $3 for it. You can go get vitamin C and spend $40 or $50 for it. You're getting what you're paying for. The reason why we can keep the costs so low with this, I mean, truly, this is about $150, $200 value that we're selling for $72. And the reason why we're able to keep the costs so low is because of the technology. Because when we take a CBD particle that happens to be 2000 nanometers in size, these scientists, they chop it up, they nanosize it down to less than 10 nanometers. And when you take a look at what's in here, there's enough CBD and CBG, along with the 90 vitamins, minerals, nootropics, everything else that's in here, to go to every single one of your 40 trillion cells because of that nanosizing technology. So and another thing that gets into the CBD industry jargon, if you will, is, well, how many milligrams? So generally, the higher you go up in price, the more milligrams of CBD, more particles of CBD they're putting in there. But they're putting the particles in at 2000. Why is that important? Because your cells can naturally only absorb between 60 to 80 nanometers. So at 2000 nanometers, it's too big for the body to absorb directly. So the body's got to go through the digestive system. It gets eventually into the liver. That will mix with any other medications you're taking. And it also puts added stress on the body. And that's why you're only getting 10% absorption. But because of this technology, we skip all that. This goes into your mouth, you swish it around for a minute, goes directly into your bloodstream, and it goes directly to all your cells, direct cellular nutrition in just 5 minutes. And that's what makes this so powerful. So it's a far better product out there and cheaper, far less expensive than typical CBD, good CBD oil out there. So it's a total win-win.
Side effects?
None. We've had none. Some people maybe in the first 2 or 3 days, maybe feel a little bit tired, and that's from a detox going on in their body because their body's environment was so out of whack, but that's very rare. Like I said, we've got people with heart fibs that basically almost no longer have heart fibs, or down from having several a week down to maybe one a month. Again, I can't make any medical claims, so I can't really mention any of the other specific issues, but I can just say the benefits have been incredible across the board. Absolutely incredible.
So for those that are listening, there's going to be contact information, so you can reach out to Guy, and there'll be also some links, if you want to do your own research as well, but there'll also be the link for the website. This whole area is so fascinating because, again, it's something that I had thought about, and now that I'm doing some research, there's just so much you can learn. And because of the fact that the laws have changed, that also means that the industry, which used to be more, I'll call it mom and pop, has become a lot larger. So that means that, there's definitely credibility in terms of different businesses getting involved. Any last minute thoughts that you have that you want to share with us?
Yeah, I was gonna share with you. We don't really put this out publicly, but I was going to share. I just wanted to show your folks again. I can't make any kind of medical claims, but I do want to show. I mean, it's one thing to say something about a product. There's our disclosure, but when you start seeing before and after pictures, this really tells the story. This is a microscopy. This is a living blood cell, red blood cells. This is chronic inflammation. 5 minutes after taking it, it's completely broken up. Chronic inflammation, I say, is a silent killer. It's what leads to strokes and heart attacks, all sorts of illnesses diseases. Rudolph Tanzi, neuroscientist, Deepak Chopra, in their book, The Healing Self, they talk about 50% of cancer rates could be reduced just by doing this, breaking up chronic inflammation. It's also at least Alzheimer's and dementia. So that is really powerful. But here's just an idea. This is 2 months plaque psoriasis right here. Again, I'm not making a medical claim. I'm just letting you know that this stuff works. It's just very, very, very powerful. This is another situation. Age spots. My age spots are pretty much all gone. I've been on the product for about 2 years. This is Devin. This is the owner's son. This is the before and after. This is what it looked like 8 days and over a year of going through, like I said, 18 brands, 60 different products, nothing helping him. In 8 days, the rashes cleared up and the pain was gone. This is type 1 diabetes. Again, lesions. This gentleman has had them for most of his life. You can see within 4 months, completely gone. One of the other big benefits that we've noticed, this is a friend of mine. She had for 2 years spending thousands of dollars on dermatologists and doctors. Nobody could help her, but this is the palm of her hand. She is a massage therapist. Finally getting on our product 2.5 weeks later, completely cleared up. This is a physical therapist with a skin condition. He was spending $700 a month on a cream. And the dermatologist that he was seeing was saying, Mark, you're never going to get ahead of this. You basically got to live with this for the rest of your life. Within 2 weeks, it was gone. This is
So
another thing.
I have another.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish, and then we'll talk.
I was just going to say, this girl, you can read her story down here, but she was alopecia, I think that's how you say it, something like that. It's basically where the follicles, your body can't grow hair. She's got on Xeljanz, a pharmaceutical, and she started having hair growth, but it was falling out constantly. She couldn't keep it. And then she got onto ours, and you can see in 3 months, she has a full head of hair. I used to be bald in the back of my head. I've got hair again. Over 35% of women have some sort of hair shedding issue as they age, primarily because of mineral deficiency, stress, and hormone changes. Our product works at all 3 of those levels. And like I just mentioned, it's not just for the girls, it's for the guys as well. So just a really, really powerful, when you can see the before and after pictures.
So, I mean, one area which we haven't talked about, but I think it's important to bring up because, again, different people are interested in having access to business from home. So I know we talked about the customer side, but if someone was interested in becoming a business partner, how do they do that?
Yeah, the same site, seelyguy.com. And you have 2 options on there. You have one that says shop, and you have one that says join. And if you click on join, you become a member. Add a member, this is only $50. So it's a pretty good deal. The sprays are down to set from 25 to 17, so it's a pretty good deal. And we still offer the same deal of if you're on a monthly order this, you're still going to get a free spray. But there is a lot of money. I mean, I was a captain with Southwest Airlines. I retired 7 years early last August, moved up here into the mountains of Colorado. And this is all I do primarily right now, this and my book, which you graciously interviewed me about as well. But yeah, there's a lot of money here. The CBD industry is $1 billion industry right now, and it is forecasted by many experts to become a $20 billion and beyond dollar industry. And when you have a product like ours with results like we have, we are poised to just explode. So for your stay-at-home, work-at-home moms, or people that are just unhappy with their job or looking to increase their lifestyle, there's a lot of options here, and I'll be happy to talk to you about that as well.
So is there a monthly requirement or is it simply that you use the product? So it's the $50 that access, and then you just find customers. Is that how it works? Yeah,
I mean, if you're in business with the company, you probably want to be a product of the product. Whether you're making $1,000 or you're making $1 million a month here with Sealy, your monthly requirement never goes up from $50.
Okay, and that's really important for people to know because there are other companies which might have, different type of overhead requirements. So
usually in a network marketing company, which this is the business model, as you move up in rank, as you move up in the pay scale, then they require you to purchase more on a monthly basis. We don't do that at all. It's just 1 bottle of Swish a month. That's it. And if you don't want to work the business and you stop it, you stop it. There's no contract. It's month to month.
And I think you had also mentioned, just in case, because some people who might be interested in a product-oriented business sometimes have a concern about the inventory or having to ship it out. I think you had mentioned to me that that is done remotely, so that way that's one less thing that someone has to think about. Is that correct?
Absolutely, Jackie. It's a turnkey business type of business format. So everybody that joins gets a replicated site, so you can share that with other people. You get an app for your smartphone that you can run your entire business from the phone itself. You get the merchant account. All that is done. Product shipping, everything is done by the company. Even the liability is handled by the company. So the only thing your only requirement as a member with the company is to share what you have found, both from an income opportunity standpoint and from a health standpoint with the product itself.
Sounds good. So for everyone, again, if you have any questions, reach out to Guy. He'll definitely be able to help you. He's definitely the expert here. And Guy, I really appreciate your being on. Everyone, again, like and subscribe. Go back over to the other episode that I did with Guy so you can learn more about his book, which is actually right behind him. And his book is also on Amazon, so you can also find it there. But definitely stay tuned. We're going to be doing other episodes in the future all about wellness and how you can how you can keep yourself healthy.
And Jackie, I got one more thing, because this is for the travel people that love to travel.
Yes,
Here,
yes.
the most important part about this, if you were to want to know more about how to build this as a business, one of the things that this allows you to do is to go travel. You can have businesses in different parts of the world, eventually with our company as well, but in different parts of the United States for sure, or Hawaii. You can have business partners out there. You travel out there, it's all a business write-off. Your vacationing now becomes a business write-off if you're doing business along the way of your vacation. But if you don't want to do vacation, you just want to go and escape, you can go do that. This is leveraged income. This is not just about your efforts. It's about a teamwork effort. So you can be off vacationing for 2 weeks and you can come back and your business, your income has actually grown, even though you weren't quote unquote working your business. So it's really a cool business model.
I agree. I'm always looking at different business models, and anytime that you can put different elements together where it gives you time freedom and residual income, and like you mentioned, turnkey operations, that frees you up to enjoy the other things in your life that you would like to do. So great combination. Thank you again. I look forward to talking with you, and have a great day.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you all. Thank you, Jackie.